Hello students, a very warm welcome to this JEE Advanced 2020 detailed analysis session. Today is going to be an interesting session. We are going to have a look at key data trends and also understand what can be the expected cutoff and the rank for any obtained marks. So it's basically done an analysis based on the marks, and as well as we'll be discussing all the key data trends and weightage of individual topics in each subjects in JEE Advanced. So let's get into the session. It's going to be a very interesting session, I believe. Hi Rohit, hello, good evening guys, and a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, which is India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And guys, do remember, good fortune happens when opportunity needs planning, and to plan you need a detailed analysis and you need to take down notes or try to understand it. We'll be discussing a lot of data. It is good if you take down notes, especially if you're 2021 or 2022 aspirants. If you're 2020 aspirant, try to understand the key pattern and what can be expected in the result. And even if you're planning to drop out or something, then this might be an awesome strategy session for you. So let's get into the session. Let's not wait anymore. And students, do like and share this video and click that that subscribe button and also the little bell notification to get timely updates on JEE English. And this is the channel where you get all the content for your JEE preparation from basics until advanced, and also awesome special strategy sessions like this. So it's a strategy session, not just an analysis session. Do share it and do like it, guys. So that will also help other students get access to this kind of videos, which is very important in the coming days. Hi Dinesh, hi. And that being said, students who know me well and good, if not, I'm Murlidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from University of Colorado Boulder, one of the top ranking American university, and I'm also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for JEE mains and advanced, and I filed 25 patent applications in India and abroad. And that being said, I also have experience in data analysis and machine learning, and today we are going to do that sort of analysis as well by the end of this session. So stay calm, stay relaxed. It's not a subject based session, so you can stay totally relaxed, but at the same time try to note down the key data trends. That is very important in this session. That is very much more important. So that being said, let's get into it, guys. Hi Sabrish. It depends, how many years did you really prepare, and that all things depend. But right now you need a different kind of strategy, guys. So try to understand the data trends. Good question though. So it typically takes sometimes even a year you can prepare for your JEE mains and JEE Advanced. But you know what? It totally depends. Right now it's totally, you should move strategically given the amount of syllabus that you have to deal with. Hi Adarsh. Hi Ketor. Hi. So that being said, guys, if you're already on our Telegram channel, well and good. If not, download Telegram app from Google Play Store and App Store. And later on, once you download it, as soon as you download it, just click onto this link, and by clicking onto this link you will get onto our Telegram channel. And once you get onto a channel, you'll get all the timely notifications on any such sessions happening over JEE English. Hi Bhuvaneshwari, hi Bhuvaneshwari, hi Adarsh, hi everyone, good evening. So that being said, guys, do check out our Telegram channel. You would have got an update if you are already on Telegram channel. If not, do download the Telegram app and just click onto this link. This link is available in the description box below, or else you can just type in JEE_English. And students, we have already completed special full-fledged sessions on A to Z of units, dimensions and measurements. You may want to cover this session because this session has these lectures are very important for your JEE preparation, and they are very easy, and as well as they carry a good amount of weightage. So that being said, guys, do check out these sessions, and they carry anywhere around 12% in your JEE Advanced and 10% in your JEE Mains, 10 to 12, 15% in your JEE Mains. And they were conducted on 19th to 22nd September on back-to-back sessions on Unacademy Learning app. So first of all, you might have to download the Unacademy Learning app if you don't have one. So do download it from Google Play Store and App Store. All you need to do is type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and the first search result is going to be Unacademy Learning app, which is the most downloaded educational app. So do download it, guys. Do check it out, and we have a lot of like this was a free of cost session, like this A to Z units, dimensions, and measurements. So you would be able to get notifications. You will be able to view such awesome lecture sessions, and not only that, many such strategy sessions are also being conducted over there. Hi Sumit, hi. And that also being said, guys, if you install this app, you will get notifications on time. And if you want to, if you're already having a plus, or if you're going to get a subscription, it's going to be very useful because you'll get live notifications as well. And guys, right now Unacademy is impacting near about 7 million lives a day, and you're one among them. So that being said, guys, if you're looking for an awesome package, a complete champions tool for your preparation, yes, we have one. This is that only tool that you need for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. It comes with everything that you need for JEE preparation. Yes, we are talking about JEE Unacademy subscription. And guys, the awesome thing about this is we have the best lecturers and educators and teachers of JEE across the nation on this single platform. And not only that, you can get your doubts cleared from them. You would get access to the best of the technology for your learning. So you would get access to an environment like what you would experience in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And more importantly, guys, you can get your doubts cleared from it, and it's going to be a structured program. And what do I mean by structured program? So you will be undergoing an intensive and an extensive structured program where you will get to learn for your JEE Mains. I mean, get to learn is a different thing, get to prepare is a different thing. Of course, you get like free of cost lectures on JEE English. So do share this channel and do share this video. Click on that subscribe button and bell notification and that like button. And guys, that being said, more importantly, the structured program includes a way the method that you should prepare for any exam, and especially when it comes to JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, it's all about, guys, preparation. So you get this on Unacademy subscription, and not to say it's the best thing that you can avail for your JEE preparation, be it advanced or mains. And we also have the authors of the book that you read for your JEE preparation, like DC Pandey sir, on this platform. So to avail this subscription, all you need to do is click on the extension bar, choose plus, and then you will choose IIT JEE as your goal. Once you choose IIT JEE as your goal, you get to prepare for both JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, and you will enroll in the program accordingly. And then you click on the get subscription button. And guys, the other beauty of this subscription is it's one subscription, unlimited access, guys. That's also an awesome thing about it. And that being said, the subscription price is also very reasonable. It only costs you 2,100 per month. So it's going to cost you 2,100 per month if you're going for a 24-month subscription. So it's typically meant for 11th class students, 9th class students, and 10th class students. So you get the edge if you're in 9th and 10th. If you're in 11th, yes, you need to start preparing for 2 years. It's a 2-year long journey. And how do you get to this price point? You need to apply Murli Live coupon to get to this this code on the coupon to get to this price point. So this would get you the best discount. And guys, let me tell you, 24-month is the kind of time that you need in the given current situation. But not to say you can also prepare in 12 months, but that is typically meant for droppers on long terms or 12 class students who are ready to dedicate 1 year. And you'll understand moving forward why this is so, why the syllabus has been increased, etc., as we get into this this session. Hi. Yeah, we'll discuss everything. Sumit, we'll discuss everything will be discussed in the session. Subject wise weightage will also be discussed in the session. Stay relaxed, guys, but do take down the notes, do share the video, do take down the notes. It's very important. If you're 2020 and 2022 aspirants, do take down the notes. If you are a 2020 aspirant planning to drop out, take down the notes. And if you're 2020 aspirant just trying to guess your rank or thinking about what kind of options that you should take in on 6th of October, which is going to be the counseling date, the beginning of the counseling date, then stay relaxed and just keep noticing things, and what was the paper trend, what was the difficulty level, and what can you expect. So I'm expecting something different this time. Let's see what it is going to be. And that being said, guys, Unacademy subscription also comes with an awesome thing. That is, you can pay all your fee conveniently. What do I mean by conveniently? You can split your payment into multiple parts. So we have a pay in parts in-house feature for you. So all you need to do is, if you choose this option, you'll split your payments into multiple parts. That's the awesomeness of this feature. And as well as we have no cost EMIs, so you can also choose no cost EMI and split your payment into multiple parts. So these are two convenient payment options for you. Otherwise, you know, the rest of the traditional payment options that exist for you, so you can choose them as well. And that being said, guys, if you're in you know, long term or dropout, and if you're looking for a champions tool for your preparation, it's also priced reasonably. It comes at less than 2,900 per month. It's only going to cost you 2,888. And we have programs for you, and we have, you know, anywhere around 6,000 plus materials for your JEE preparation, and not to say 1,000 plus live programs going on right now. And it's the time, guys. So enroll soon, because it's the time to start preparing for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. If you're serious about it, or if you're planning to drop anything, it's the time. Okay. It's never better than before, because you have an academy with you. And guys, how do you get to this price point? You need to apply Murli Live coupon, and there you go, you'll get the best discount on your purchase. So do check it out. It's going to be an awesome journey on an academy subscription. You'll get access to structured program. That's the beauty of it. The way you should be, you know, preparing for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So it's the champions tool with which you can confidently crack your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And that being said, let's get into the session. I believe this is going to be super interesting. And KKS, hi. So today we are going to discuss the following things in our session. So first of all, we'll have a look at, you know, 2020 exam pattern, and like what students have done and what can you expect. Do you really think the cutoff is going to go down, or do you really think the cutoff is going to go up? And apart from that, what happened in 2019, and what are the key data trends that we need to know? And this would also be useful if you're preparing for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced in the coming year. And what was the class wise weightage, and why did this happen? And the subject-wise analysis, I've done a subject-wise analysis, even though I'm a physics educator. I've done a subject-wise analysis for you, and based on my previous experience, you know, I can tell you confidently, like, you know, this is something different that has happened this year. Maybe the next year you can expect some surprises, and also the paper pattern had a lot of surprises this time. And we also analyze the difficulty level, and you'll be surprised to know from what you have heard and what is the real data trend in the difficulty level analysis. And more importantly, expected marks versus the cutoff, which is going to be the most important thing that we are going to discuss today. So do share this video. Do not forget to share this video. Click on that like button. And that being said, guys, you know, this year in 2020, if you have noticed, 2.5 lakh students were eligible to give the exam. So they were like, you know, 2.5 lakh students could have registered, but only 1.61 lakh students have registered. And that also being said, in 2016, if you have noticed, this data is, there is an impact of COVID-19 on this, but not really if you keep calculating the percentage. I know you guys can also calculate the percentage. If you would like, you can go ahead and calculate the percentage. We'll do a session on that, Sumit. We'll do that. We'll do a session on that, and keep noticing the things that you need for this session, guys. So, and if you notice 2016 data, there were anywhere around 78% students giving the exams. But whereas this year, this is no different. If you notice it carefully, it is no different than earlier. 5%, 6% difference has come up. That's primarily due to COVID-19, nothing else. Students weren't able to travel to that place. Hi, Kaira. Hi. So yes, so there wasn't any major change in the number of students registered for the exam, but the competition has dramatically increased. And that also being said, guys, we need to understand the past data to understand what is happening in the present. So anywhere around 93.7% of students appeared for the exam. So this is like the number of students who have registered. Okay, every year it happens that some number of students will register for the exam. They'll fill in the application form, but only some percentage of them, like a major percentage of them give the exam. Hi Dinesh, hi. So this year what happened was, it was no different, guys. The number of students who have registered have appeared for the exam. In fact, more number of students appeared for the exam. A very surprising data, isn't it? So if you notice, in 2019, 1.73 lakh students registered for the exam, but only 1.61 lakh students appeared for it. Despite the COVID-19, 1.51 lakh students appeared for the exam out of the registered 1.61 lakh students. So anywhere around 93.7% So officially announced by IIT Delhi, I mean, if you calculate the percentage, it's going to be anywhere around 94, 93.7%. But the thing is, IIT Delhi has said that anywhere around 96% of students have appeared. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. That means you can expect a decent amount of competition in JEE Advanced 2020. So that's an interesting thing. I mean, like, it's off the trend what we expected. Despite all the problems students have reached, bravo guys, that's amazing. That's an amazing effort. I mean, I don't know if I would have done it, but you have done it. That's really amazing in the given current situation. That's really awesome, guys. So that's a lot number of people given the exam. And that being said, the paper trend was very similar, but this time it was evenly distributed. So paper 1 was very similar to last year, but paper 2 had a little bit of surprise. Paper 1 had single correct MCQs, multiple correct MCQs, 6 questions each, and you had 3 marks as usual for the correct answer on a single correct and -1 for the wrong answer. But on multiple correct, you should be careful, even though you would have partial marking. So there would be partial marking on multiple correct. If you're totally new to it, you can come to know about it. So you have partial marking for multiple correct MCQs, and you can score +3, +2, +1 depending upon which kind of which all answers you have chosen. I mean, how many answers you have chosen among the given among the existing answers, and you'll get a -2 if you have gone wrong. So there is an advantage and there is a disadvantage associated with multiple correct. And integer type +4, 0, awesome thing. So something that you may want to attend, and especially this year, you know what, the integer type wasn't so complicated as the earlier years. So that's strictly speaking about physics. I mean, rest of the subjects I'm not aware of it, but yeah, total the paper was around 66 marks. And paper 2, you had a surprise, that is single digit. So what do I mean by single digit? Answer, a very similar one, integer type, but answers are supposed to be in single integer digit. And again, 6 questions each. So single digit would have 6 questions. So if you notice, there is no single correct. It's all single digit, then MCQ, integer type. But again, the paper trend is the same. The paper pattern is the same. What I mean is, like, you will get +3. You'll be rewarded +3 if you have marked the correct answer or if you have given the correct integer. And you will get -1 if you have given the wrong answer. So this was the element of surprise in the paper 2. But let's say that it's not going to change much. In fact, students would have attended it really well, I'm assuming, because in multiple correct answer, I mean, like in MCQs, even single correct answer, you would have to run a lot of analysis, and that takes time. Time is the key in the exam, guys, and this reduced the amount of time that you had to spend in your exam, unless you're doing even integer guessing. But I think that may not be valid anymore, because you're going to get -1 if the answer goes wrong. And you have multiple correct MCQs. The same pattern is followed, and you again have 6 questions, +4, -2, again partial marking, same integer type, no negative marking, with +4 marks, and the total paper was of 66 marks. So you had a paper for paper 2 also for 66 marks. So that is the same amount of marks in paper 1 and paper 2. And probably there weren't any errors in paper 1 and paper 2 so far. Only one physics question is being argued. Other than that, rest of the paper seems fine, and there was a lot of clarity in paper 1 and paper 2. And that being said, in 2020 the total amount of marks was 396, and whereas in 2019 it was 372. So the difference is, like, it increased by some amount of marks. I guess it's anywhere around 24 marks. So that is going to bring in the amount of the cutoff that you are expecting, obviously, because the number of marks have increased and the paper was actually a bit clear than earlier. I mean, there weren't as far as physics is concerned, the paper wasn't too confusing. What do I mean by confusing is, there might be sometimes wrong questions, then you're struggling a lot. In fact, a single correct answer, MCQ based single correct was eliminated, which consumes a lot of time, and finally you get only 3 marks. So that was a good thing in 2020. And apart from that, the number of marks have increased. And the number of questions remain the same. Okay, the number of questions remain the same. Nothing changed. The number of questions are the same. So that is not going to change anything in terms of percentages if you're expecting. And that being said, now let's have a look at the weightage analysis. What do I mean by weightage analysis? We'll be analyzing the weightage of each like class wise and also topic wise. So one is going to be class wise analysis. So there were many surprising elements in this, especially when it came to physics. I'm guessing probably due to COVID-19. So let's have a look at it. Or probably the paper got stuck with a civil engineering department or a mechanical engineering department or the mechanics side of the physics department. So yes, that being said, guys, this year 60% of the paper was from class 12 and 40% from the class 11. Oh, sorry, in 2019. I'm really very sorry. So this was in 2019. So this is the typical trend. If you analyze 2018, 2016, 2014, up until 2015, 2014, it was like this only. So 60%, I'm really sorry, to from your class 12, generally 60% of your paper comes from class 12. So your class 12 carries anywhere around 60% weightage. So you should be looking at the marker over here. If you're aware of it, well and good. If not, you need to look at the marker over here. So your class 12 was generally 60%. I'm sorry, and this year that it was a balanced paper. So 51%, only mere 51% was from class 12. A really unexpected thing, and things really changed a lot in physics and chemistry. Okay, there was a huge change in physics and chemistry paper actually. I mean, physics, you had a lot of questions from class 11. It happens every now and then, but in chemistry, generally it does not happen. But this year it happened. Okay, so anywhere around 51% was from class 12 and 49% from your class 9. So like 200 marks from your class 12 and remaining from your class 11. So 196 from your class 11. So this is the kind of paper it was in 2020. So it was a very balanced paper, and it was actually interesting for many of the students because what I'm assuming is the COVID-19 changed everything. And students are more prepared with the year 1 than year 2. Maybe the professors guessed it and prepared the paper more around the year 1, and probably you can expect something in 2021 and 2022 back to normal, where you'd have 60-70% of the paper from class 12. Something different may happen. So this might be the reason, or the paper got got into the hands of mechanical engineering department. I mean, majority of the paper got into the hands, when I'm talking about physics, it got into the hands of mechanical engineering department. But you know what, even the chemistry part has changed a lot. So that being said, probably the reason is COVID-19, where your majority of the paper was from class I mean, like, not the majority, a lot of weightage was given to class 11. So 49% is a lot. Generally does not happen. 60-40, sometimes even less than 40, sometimes little more than 40. Okay. Yeah, we will discuss that, Abhinav. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Share the video, Abhinav. Yes, we'll discuss that. I'm not sure, Manav. So nothing can be predicted in JEE Advanced or even in JEE Mains. How many marks or how will be the paper? Maybe actually, according to me, the difficulty level hasn't changed compared to 2019. The overall difficulty analysis says that the difficulty level hasn't changed in 2020. In fact, it was an easier paper. So this is class 12. So 200 marks was just from your class 12. So guys, when you're analyzing individual subjects, physics had a surprising thing. Okay, this happened many a time, so it's not really very much surprising, but this is too surprising because 59% of your paper was just from your class 11. Okay, 59% is a lot. It's a lot, I mean a lot. And whereas your class 12 had only 41%. Okay, so the mechanics was given a lot of weightage, and there were unexpected topics that was being asked. I mean, what do I mean by unexpected topic is like they should not be ignored. But the thing is, fluid mechanics, etc., was asked in this exam, and generally you typically get one question, whereas there was 3 to 4 questions from fluid mechanics alone. So that is the thing about physics, and I think this is also fair given the current condition. Maybe students didn't get to attend the second year syllabus. Hence this was a fair thing. So maybe even students did the exam well, but when the interviews were done with the toppers and etc., and if you have noticed any papers, so you would have seen that the toppers said that JEE Mains toppers said that the paper was a little bit difficult compared to last year, because students are typically expecting more from class 12. But the things changed, and most of the paper was from, a large majority of the paper was from class 11. So this is a surprising thing about physics. And also talking about chemistry, the trend has changed. So in 2019, anywhere around 75% of the paper was from class 12. Okay, if you have a look at the past trend, 75% or 70% generally comes from class 12. But this time, anywhere around class 11 had 51% of the paper. Okay, class 11 had the 51% of the paper. So that is also something really a different thing that wasn't expected in chemistry, but it happened this year. Okay, so that is all fine, I guess. And 49% of the paper was from class 12. And talking about math, the trend followed. 60-40 is generally the distribution. So if you have noticed the math paper, and if you have done an analysis around math paper, if you pick up 2019 paper, 2018 paper, 2017 paper, etc., you notice that 60% comes from your class 12 and 40% comes from class 11, and maybe 1% here and there it increased. But the topics have changed a little bit. Calculus was asked a lot this year. So 61% of the paper was just from class 12. So that is I guess is totally fine. Yeah, that's a shocker actually, Manav. Yeah, that's a shocker, but it's not really that's not really shocking. The reason is it's sort of fair. Students didn't get to prepare, didn't get to go to their classes, etc. So that might be the reason class 11 was asked. But anyway, math, it was the typical trend. But not really typical trend. Yeah, a lot of surprising elements, guys. A lot of surprising elements, and that is what would have changed this JEE Advanced 2020. And that being said, we'll do a difficulty level analysis. So this difficulty level analysis is based on the kind of time each question would take if it has been done from 0, and that is one of the things. And mostly that is for physics, and for rest of them I just picked it up. And from whatever expert analysis that I've got, and but let's have a look at it and really understand really something insightful. Typically it happens, this is JEE Advanced 2018 data. So if you have noticed the 2018 JEE Advanced data, 35% of the paper was difficult. Okay, what I mean by hard, difficult, it basically takes a lot of time generally. Okay, so that was like 35% of the paper. But the easy part was 30%. Actually, 2018 paper is relatively easier compared to rest of the papers. I mean, like 2019 and 2020 paper, and the medium part was 35%. And now the thing is, if you have noticed 2019 JEE Advanced data, it reminds that 35% of the paper was difficult. So the difficulty level almost remained the same. What has fluctuated is this easy and medium. So it's obvious that if you just capture the easy and the medium part, you would be able to do the exam really well. Okay, so that is the thing that we even discussed in previous strategy sessions. But yeah, math was the most lengthy. I do heard this. Math was lengthy, and physics was comparatively less lengthier. Compared to 2019 paper. 2019 physics paper was really lengthy, but this time physics paper wasn't that lengthy, and there was clarity. That's the best thing about this year's paper. And that being said, last year in 2019 it is considered to be one of the toughest JEE Advanced exam. And there again the difficulty level was 35%. I mean, what I mean by difficulty level, the amount of paper that was hard was 35%. And 2018 it was 35%. But if you have noticed, carefully notice this part, that easy part was 30%. Okay, in 2018, whereas the easy part in 2019 was only 20%. Okay, and the medium part had significantly increased, which went to 45%. Okay, a good paper. Okay, but in 2020 things didn't change much. The difficulty level remained the same. So it was 35% of the paper was considered to be difficult. Okay, so that thing did not change. So if you notice, the difficulty level hasn't changed. In fact, the easier part has increased. It increased by 2%, like 2 to 3%. But even the moderate amount of questions weren't so challenging compared to 2020, especially in physics. This was like what was happening. So that's a good part about the paper. So it shouldn't have been that way. But anyway, the difficulty level could have been reduced. It could have been less harder given the current situation. But anyway, compared to 2019, it's a better paper. It was a good paper, but it was just a better paper than 2019. So you can probably expect some kind of higher competition in the lower ranks. I mean, like ranks below 1,000, ranks below 100. Even the the topper could have scored 396 out of 396. There wouldn't be any surprise if the topper had scored a 396, but maybe not. Maybe yes. You can never say that. Typically, these kind of papers comes with a surprise. The topper comes up with a rank. Comes up with 100% marks. But it really depends. But we can't guess. We can't guess that thing. But yeah, difficulty level did not change. Typically 35% of a paper is going to remain difficult or hard, and mostly rest of the 65% is going to fall under the easy and medium umbrella. So if you just get both these part of the pies, you'll be able to crack the exam. Okay, and talking about 2020 aspirants, so the thing is, guys, the paper wasn't difficult. Even though in the interview students have reported it's difficult, maybe it is difficult. The reason is paper 2 was little lengthier, and generally students are accustomed to that paper 2, which is going to be little easier than paper 1. But surprisingly, paper 2 was little lengthier and a little bit more harder than paper 1. But that being said, it does not change things much, but it does change a little bit due to the current COVID-19 conditions as well. We have factored in everything those things in our analysis. So let's get into subject-wise analysis. So the thing is, chemistry has become a little bit more difficult this year. The thing is, 34% of the paper was reported hard, and it was lengthy. So lengthy, what do I mean? Chemistry paper is generally supposed to be the easy bagger. So as soon as you get into the exam, students have the habit of getting into the chemistry paper and they'll quickly complete it. They'll jump into maybe physics or math, whichever they are comfortable with, and they will finally come to the end of the exam with the last subject. But this time 34% of the chemistry paper was hard. If you notice, this is the hard part. So this is going to remain same for even physics. So this color, I mean. And medium was reported to be 34%. So it's a well-balanced paper. So chemistry was really well-balanced, both in terms of subject and both in terms of the difficulty level. And if you have even covered one subject, you will be able to score well in chemistry. That was the objective, I believe, this time, because the paper was very well-balanced. Generally, it does not happen so. And the reason is also there was integer-based questions. So chemistry had a good amount of physical chemistry in it. So that is about 2020. This is only 2020 data, but you can't really predict things for 2021, or based on even 2019 you can't predict things on 2021. And 32% of the paper was reported to be easy, and 34% was reported to be medium moderate. Okay, so this is about chemistry. And coming to the math part, had the little bit of the same difficulty level. Anywhere 30% of the paper was difficult, 28% of the paper was difficult, or 30% of the paper was difficult, and 45% of the paper was medium, and the 30% of the paper was easy. I mean, you can calculate those percentages, but on as a rough figure, 30% of the paper was difficult, and 25% of the paper was easy, and remaining was medium. So math typically is like this, and things haven't changed much in math. That is really good, but in terms of subject, it has changed. And physics, 47% of the paper was tough. So this happened this year. There might be two reasons. One, students felt that it was tough because majority of the paper was from class 11. So that's the reason. Maybe 47% of the paper was tough. Again, physics is the hardest paper among three. The same was reported in 2019. Even in 2020, physics is again the hardest paper. And coming to the easy part, very minimum easy. This paper had a lot of tough questions, and medium questions, still you can capture, around 40% or 30% of the pie if you're, prepared for the easy and the medium. So you can't be really dependent upon easy. That's the thing. I mean, you can cross the minimum cutoff just by answering the easy ones. In 2020, maybe that is not the case. So you can expect, easier cutoffs. But at the same time, the moderate amount of questions are very high. So that way you can expect that, within some 1,000-2,000 ranks, the cutoff is going to be really, really competitive. And also from, JEE Mains 2020 results, you could have understood that, the students are very competitive this time. And probably this is what is going to happen. The first range of the ranks are going to be super competitive, whereas accounting the difficulty level, accounting all this kind of the paper pattern, the surprises, you can expect the other side of the ranks. That is where you are competing for, like around 3,000, 5,000. The ranks might fall. I mean, the marks might fall a little bit, the cutoff might fall a little bit. You can expect a better rank coming to that part of it. Yes, so guys, be well prepared for physics. So that is the thing. And physics this time has turned out to be tough. Even the earlier year was the tough paper. So physics paper is being reported as the hardest paper among all of them for past 2 to 3 years, and maybe even before. So maybe you want to put in a lot of time in your physics. That would help you, score a better marks, and as well as balance time and rest of the subjects. And that being said, guys, next is going to be topic-wise analysis. So what we are going to do now is we are going to pick up individual topics like mechanics and current electricity, optics and nuclear physics, etc., and analyze what is the balance of the kind of questions that was being asked. So yes, yeah, easy reduced in 2019 Manav. That is true, guys. Easy reduced. Actually, the paper, and one more thing, if you notice the trend, the thing is, the paper is approaching the subjective kind of paper. So earlier, until like 2015 and on, the paper was sort of like an MCQ based paper. Not really MCQ based, but still it's a JEE Advanced paper, but MCQ based paper, kind of MCQ based paper. And recently it is happening that the paper is becoming tougher year by year. It's approaching more of the subjective kind of the paper that used to happen in 2000s, 1990s, etc. But at the same time, the difficulty level is also increasing. So initially it was like that, questions are a little simpler, but it was a subjective based paper. Then questions became tougher. It was an MCQ based paper, and timing did matter. Number of questions also increased. Right now the number of questions have also increased, the difficulty level have also increased, and also the paper is approaching the subjective side of it. So you need to prepare really well for JEE Advanced, guys. You need to really understand everything and grab the concepts. You can't spend a lot of time on small things. You need to stay dedicated. You need to give as much time as possible. If you're really serious about JEE Advanced, if you have started preparing before, well and good. Like some of the students have started preparing in the 9th class, 10th class, which makes more sense right now. And even talking about JEE Mains, the subject, especially the physics part of the subject, has increased dramatically. Like too many topics are being asked. So get prepared well. And not only that, guys, if you prepare really well for physics right now, future wouldn't be a problem, because this is the kind of subject that you'll be studying. If you're not just choosing computer science, maybe rest of the subjects, this is the kind of subjects that you're going to study. So your foundation will be built really, really well. So focus more, spend a lot of time, and try to understand concepts. Guessing is no more an option in JEE Advanced. So that's the thing. Option analysis also will not work anymore. So it's going to be like, you need to right away be sharp and work out the problems. So maybe we have to do IRIDA in the future. So that's what the paper is directing us towards, because earlier during our times IRIDA was not a thing. It's a thing for toppers. You don't want to spend time on IRIDA, but right now it seems like IRIDA is a thing that you want to pick up given the current situation. So let's get into topic-wise analysis. Let's not spend time on this, because students are waiting for the most important thing. I guess it's the expected cutoff. So it's going to be really, I guess, a really, really insightful and interesting thing. But this year, like 42% of the paper was from mechanics. So that's a lot. I mean, really a lot. So first year topic. Generally, this is anywhere around 25, 30%, 35 max to max 35, or 25 to 35 is something that you can say safely. Similarly, if you have noticed, things have also increased a lot from, electricity magnetism stayed same, in fact reduced a little bit. Generally you can expect 35% of the paper from current and electricity and magnetism, but this time only 30% of the paper was from electricity and magnetism. Optics, not many questions, really not many questions. This is combined optics and modern physics. So next year you can expect questions from optics. The reason is, it's a very important topic, future is optics. And not only that, guys, this year probably, it was a class 12 topic. So the kind of, things that was asked in optics has gone down. But this generally does not happen. So typically optics has a good weightage, good amount of weightage. 11% is too less. Modern physics and optics combined together in recent years, you could have expected 20-25% of the paper, but this was only 11% this time. And thermodynamics remained the same, it's 11%. It's generally 10 to 13%, 11%. And waves has come down to 6%. It does not really come down. This is the kind of questions that you can expect in waves. So the surprising thing was mechanics. A lot of questions was asked from mechanics. Literally, 10%, not really 10%, 7%, 10% hike in mechanics. Actually, 10% hike in mechanics. So this is little surprising thing in the paper, and this has gone down a little bit by 5%. And talking about optics, come down a lot means a lot, like 10%. It's a negative 10%, optics and modern physics. But this is not what you may expect in 2021 paper. You can really expect something different given the current circumstances, because students right now are not well prepared for 11th and they are better prepared for 12th. So I believe maybe it's only better prepared. So you can't really guess anything in physics. That's the thing about physics. Sometimes 12th class syllabus is more, sometimes 11th class syllabus is more. This is the recent trend in the past 5 years. So yes, and that also being said on, you also get balanced paper generally in physics. During our time it was like balanced paper. So you need to prepare mechanics and electricity and magnetism, and that way you maintain the balance. That was the only way to do it. And but right now you have good options like optics, modern physics, etc. So that being said, you can also capture those kind of topics and be really prepared well this time. One is paper pattern can be surprising. The kind of questions that can be asked can be surprising. So be really well prepared. And that being said, guys, chemistry as usual was a very balanced paper. But yes, more questions were from physical. The reason might be integer type questions, one, and also majority of the questions were from class level. So that's about the physical. Physical was asked well. So the thing is, whenever physical is asked really well, students score really well. Because physical generally is considered to be the easiest part among all of them, because organic you have to understand the concepts, inorganic you have to remember a lot of things. So that way, physical is the easiest thing. Sometimes you can solve the problem using expressions, using basic concepts, but that is not true in organic though. But anyway, this time organic had anywhere around 29% and inorganic had 30%. That's a good amount of weightage for inorganic. But yes, physical is a key thing if you are moving towards integer based things. Physical and organic, maybe also inorganic, you can never guess JEE Advanced paper, but maybe this is inorganic, guys. I don't know, the labeling hasn't come up fine, but this is going to be organic. Sorry, 29% was organic, so this is going to be an organic. So this was your organic paper. Okay, physical is the majority anyway. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. And inorganic and organic and physical is something easy to cover. If you cover both of them, you can really do well in your exam. Else you would have to cover physical and inorganic. So 70% of the paper can be covered. Given any time, this is true. You cover physical, and one other thing, you have covered the most of the things required for your JEE Advanced preparation. And talking about math, this time, calculus at 35% weightage. So, and algebra generally has a lot of weightage, come down a little bit at 36% weightage. Okay, and vector 3D, rest of them had carried a little bit of weightage as they do. And in fact, the questions have reduced from rest of the topics. Majority was focused on calculus and algebra. So 37, 36, 35, so that's going to be 70% of the paper was just from two topics. That was from algebra and calculus. And algebra is not just algebra, it's including everything, guys. Sequence, numbers, etc., etc. All those topics that do not fall under calculus, I mean integral calculus, differential calculus, vector and 3D, and trigonometry and coordinate geometry. Rest all comes under algebra. So it's a vast syllabus, but this time it has come down. But anyway, you know what? That's also a good paper in terms of math. And now the thing is about cutoff versus rank. This is going to be an interesting part, I believe. So one thing we'll do is we'll have a look at the data of 2019 and understand how did students perform. And I think 2019 paper was lengthier, and the difficulty level of the 2019 paper was higher. So you can expect that students, I mean, like majority of the students wouldn't have scored well in 2019 compared to 2020. But 2020 also includes something known as COVID-19. This COVID-19 might have affected the way students would have scored. But if you have noticed the JEE mains result, students have done really, really well. So if you have analyzed the top bracket, students have done really, 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 really well. And I think many 100 percentiles. That means students have done really well. This was a competitive year despite COVID-19. That's an amazing thing. That's really amazing, guys. Alright, let's get into the most interesting part of this. So do share this video, students. Do click on that like button, do click on that subscribe button, do click on the bell notification, but do share the video. This is a very important part. Do share it on your social media, do share it on your Facebook, WhatsApp, like whatever, like, you know, social media you use, so that students get access to it. Also on Telegram, if you have a Telegram channel. This is a very, very important analysis. This was completely done based on, you know, prediction factors. So this may change. So that is not the gold standard, etc. And nowhere there is any gold standard. Anyway, you come to know your results on 5th of October. But anyway, this is near about what you can expect. And generally, these kind of estimates do work. Let's have a look at the paper, like, you know, 2019, and we'll understand what it is all about. So if you remember, the paper was of 372 marks. The first rank had scored like, you know, 346 and odd. And that is talking about general category. So less than 10 rank, you needed 310 marks. That is like a good amount of marks in your JEE Advanced. And if you had to get 100, you wanted 272. If you wanted to get into old IITs with good branches, I mean old IITs, what I mean by old IITs, only those 4 IITs. So you would have to score less than 1000, and you required a mark of 205. So that was the kind of you know, score that was required earlier in 2019, and that was you know, a decently competitive paper, because the reason is the paper was also difficult. It's not to say that it was a decently competitive paper, but less than 3000 is where you can expect to, you know, 3000 to 5000. I mean, after this you cannot expect any of the old IITs, any of the 7-8 IITs. And there it ends. So it was anywhere around 156. You can say 170 was a safe score to get into old IITs. And this is where the IITs, even though your ranks are announced until 25,000, 26,000, you can expect that all the engineering branches would close at 17,000. That includes dual year. And talking about 10,000 is where, you know what, you want to stop applying for IITs. Maybe it depends upon what is your interest. If you want to go for a 5-year-long course, or if you want to, you know, generally it is advisable, you know, if you have a better option in NITs and IIITs. It depends, guys. It totally depends. If you're passionate about architecture, there is no go. If you attended the VR paper, then yes, you're going to go for it. It is unnecessary. It's irrelevant. It's all about your passion. It's not about, you know, your rank, and it's not at all about your performance. The performance is that day's thing, and it really does not matter. It's just a JEE Advanced game. So yes, for 10,000 and below in you know, like a general category, you needed a 131 rank, and 92 was 25,000 and odd. So safely stating that 125 is where in 2019 you'd have got into the IITs. So that is anywhere around 33% of the paper you should have attempted. So to attempt 33% of the paper, you could have done just the easy and the medium, and to even get below 3000 rank, even this year, if you have noticed, students would have just attempted easy and medium part of the paper would have scored below 3000 and odd rank. Okay, it's not really necessary that you attend and prepare for the tough, but it depends upon what is your goal. If you want to get a CSC in IIT Mumbai, you want to get CSC in IIT Delhi, Mumbai, or any of this old IITs, IIT Chennai, IIT Madras, I mean, so you really need good amount of marks, maybe 300 and like 270 and odd. Without that, maybe it's really tough. And coming to OBC, it was anywhere on 340. So toppers will always remain toppers, as the marks don't change when it comes to the first rank. And that being said, below 100 rank, you needed 209. And so if you notice this pattern, 4000 is where you want to end applying for IITs. So this is according to me, but it really depends what you want to do. So this is where you want to stop. This might be the barrier, but it really depends upon what is your plan. If you want to get into IITs and do a branch change, etc., there might be better options. So this was around 340 and odd, and if you had 100 rank and below, you'd still get into the old IITs. So you needed a 209 marks. So that is a good amount of marks in JEE Advanced, and 500 and rank and odd, you're getting into old IITs. So it's 170 and odd to get into old IITs. So yes guys, so this is the kind of data, and talking about 2000 rank, the best option is would be lying between 130. So 130 is what was needed. So any given day in any kind of kind of exam that you're giving, you needed 33% of the marks to get into the old IITs. So that does not change. And that being said, EWS economically weaker section, the first rank in 2019 was 297 and odd, and that's a great amount of marks. But you know what, moving to the thing, it does not go until like 5000 and odd rank. It stops at anywhere around 3600 and odd rank. So probably everything would close within 2000. So 2000 is where EWS, but EWS cannot be predicted. So this is one of the things about EWS. The thing is, around 108 rank, things may change, and this time maybe it goes up, down, because the thing is, I do not have any key data around EWS. It's a very recent category, so there wasn't any key data around EWS. So I can't really comment anything on what would be the cutoff of EWS, what would happen in EWS, etc. So it's a very recent category, so nothing can be predicted. But safely stating, 130 marks in 2019 was good enough. That is again anywhere around more than a little bit of 33% of the paper. So that was good enough to get into IITs. And coming to the data of 2019 for the SC category, the first rank was anywhere around 284. So that's a lot of marks. And talking about getting within the 100 ranks, so within 100 ranks is where you can safely say that you can get into the top IITs. So if you have got within 100 ranks, you needed 146 marks in your paper. So that is, I don't know like how much percentage is that. That's a lot of percentage though. So yeah, within 100 ranks, you would get in if you had prepared well for the exam, guys. So it does not matter. You need to prepare for JEE Advanced irrespective of whatever reservation it is. You need to prepare really hard. That is how JEE Advanced work. You need to get accustomed to the paper pattern. That's the most important thing. So the key difference is not the syllabus. The key difference is the paper pattern. So within 500 ranks, you can get if you had scored above 100, above 105 actually, 104. So that 4-5 marks makes a lot of difference. And if you are competing in this domain, if you have noticed, every single marks do matter. So even in 1000 rank, you can get into good college. So this is just a categorical rank. So, but it is not an absolute rank. But if you notice the thing, every single marks matter. Even if you take up general rank, if you notice things, every single marks matters. Everything is fluctuating within this 1000 and 2000 rank with a single mark. Every single mark. This is OBC, okay. But anyway, even that is true for general. So every single marks matters, guys. If you're not a topper, every single marks matters, and everyone is not a topper, of course, and even the topper is competing for that every single mark. That's why that person is a topper. Okay, so it's just a competition. It's nothing more than a competition, but you need to remember, in this competition you need to take advantage of these strategizations and implement them really well. So yes, every single marks do matter. If you have noticed, every single mark will matter on any given day in JEE Advanced and JEE Mains. So you want to make sure you are preparing really well. And coming to the like the ST category, the first rank was at 194. Very good amount of marks. But talking about like what kind of rank or you need to get into top IITs, it would stop within 100 again, and like you needed anywhere around 115 marks. Notice the kind of trend. If you are getting within 100 and 300, it's only a matter of 30 to 40. If you attended extra questions on the harder side, I mean like the medium side, you would have got into 100 rank. So that is the thing about it. So how you target and how you prepare for your exam is also important, but how you attend your exam, how well you understand this analysis is also very important. That's the reason I often keep on saying that if you're a 2020 aspirant and planning to drop out, or if you're a 2021 aspirant, take down the notes, guys. These sessions are also meant to understand something. They are not just conducted for the sake of conducting. It literally takes a lot of time to prepare. I mean, like to analyze these kind of data more than your subject session. So make sure you're understanding these key data, taking down the notes. That will be helpful, and prepare strategically. That is the most important thing. Attend the exam strategically. That is also very, very important. So yes, guys, so everything stopped within 85 marks. You can safely state that. But the cutoff was 46 in 2019. I would say safely this was the cutoff. And for the SC category, it was anywhere around 46 again. And for EWS category, it was anywhere around 83 was the cutoff. What do I mean by cutoff is not really where you would get into a good branch or good IITs, but cutoff is where everything would stop for you. Maybe not the best option sometimes. And OBC again, it was 83, and for general it was also I guess 92. Okay, but that is the rank where you're not getting into any IITs, right? So yes, safely stating 33% of the paper you have to crack. 33% of the paper you can only do if you attend the medium part of it. So prepare well. Medium is not really medium, it can be even easy depending upon your preparation. So yes, guys, so this is the estimated, this kind of the rank prediction. So what I'm guessing is maybe the topper will score anywhere around 370 to 396. This is a sheer prediction. There is no analysis around it. I mean, the analysis is only that paper was clear. There was a hell lot of clarity. Maybe sometimes less time might have to be spent, and students were really competitive this time. So coming to that part, I'm assuming the topper might score anywhere around 396, but that does not imply the paper was really competitive, given that the paper was lengthier. Second paper was had a lot of questions. Yes, Mano, yes. So the thing is, maybe if you want to get within 10 rank, 350 to 360 is a safe side. If you're getting within 350 to 360, you'll get within top 10 ranks. If you're getting within, but there are these guesses, these kind of analysis may not necessarily work, because the thing is, you never know how the results are going to be, how the students are prepared for it. This is not a gold standard. This is just a prediction, guys. This is just an estimation. That's why it's an estimated 2020 ranks. It's not like absolute anything. So there is no reason to if you're a 2020 aspirant and watching the video, there is no reason to get discouraged, etc. And you can get over enthusiastic if you like to do that. But anyway, if you've noticed, maybe I'm expecting if you want to get within 10,000 rank, the things are going to change a bit. The reason is COVID-19, absolutely one of the reasons. And the thing is, even if you have noticed JEE Mains trend, the last few ranks weren't that competitive. So that way, you can expect, if you're scoring within 130, you will get into IITs. And if you're scoring above 200, probably you'll get into old IITs. So why probably? You should definitely, but the reason is you can never predict. But the amount of competition may increase within 1000 rank. So within 1000 rank, you can expect some amount of competition. The reason being, most of the questions were from 11th class in terms of physics, and also in chemistry things have changed a bit. So students might have prepared during the lockdown for those subjects that they were well prepared with. So that may be the reason within 1000 rank, you know what, you can expect you need 230 to 250, and you're also seeing some spike in the amount of marks if you're really moving back to the video or something. The reason is it's out of not 372 guys, it's out of 396. So yes, so that is one of the reasons that I'm saying, you needed 250 to 230 to get into old IITs with a good branch. That is going to be 230 to 250. But if you want to get into old IITs, then you need anywhere around 170 and odd to get into old IITs. And even number of seats have increased, so that way probably 170 is a safe side to get into old IITs. And yes guys, there is always an option for branch change, don't forget that. So this is something that I just keep on iterating. The reason is you can do it once you get into IITs. There are students in my branch who have done it, and they have got into the top brands and top companies. It's totally possible. I mean, like 3000 on odd was my rank. There were students who have come into the branch with a lesser rank. They have ultimately got into the electrical engineering, etc. Computer science is absolutely going to be super competitive if you want to switch the branch. Like super competitive means super competitive because everyone other than computer science is competing to get into computer science. But don't spoil your life. That's the most important thing. Once you get into IITs, that's the most important advice. And so this is the kind of thing that I'm expecting. But anyway, I'm expecting that at 120, 130, you will get into the top. I mean, like the IITs. Yeah, and the cutoff may come at anywhere around 100 marks. To safely state that if you're getting 25,000 rank or not, that's a good rank, guys, and you will get it with 100 marks or not. So yes, and for again, toppers cannot be guessed. Toppers can be from any category or irrespective of the category, etc. So no guesses on the topper side anyway. But below 100 rank, maybe anywhere around 240 to 260. This is something that can be done. And but if you have got this kind of rank, you'll get into the best branches. But anywhere around 190, you can expect to get into old IITs with good branches, and that is how it is going to be. So this is I guess OBC category. So and that being said, below 1000 rank, you'll get into IITs, and you need anywhere around 150 to 160 and odd. And finally, the cutoff may come anywhere around what I mean is cutoff into getting into IITs would come anywhere around 110 to 115. So you can expect your cutoff to be 110 and 115. Maybe here is something where you don't require notes and you just want to notice the trend. This is just an estimation. Notes was required for rest of the parts. Now it's just time to relax and watch. So yes guys, so this is the kind of prediction. So this is based on, as I've told you, it's based on many things, not just one factor. Many factors included at this part. One is your the competition you had this year. The other one is the difficulty level of the paper. Paper was relatively easier. So relatively easier paper, what do I mean is not relatively easier in terms of the entire paper, but wasn't lengthy, but paper 2 was lengthy. At the same time, physics had become a little bit harder, but it had clarity, unlike the rest of the years. Okay, so there was a lot of clarity in the physics paper. So that way, if you have definitely known the concepts, you could have cracked it. That may be also the reason the topper might score 390 or maybe 370 and or better than last year. Possibilities do exist. You can't ever comment on those things. But yeah, so 120 you can say safely you will get into IITs with a good branch. So that being said, EWS, again no guesses, but again EWS data is very unpredictable. The reason being it's a very recent category. There is no data around EWS, so these are just ballpark estimates and they may not even work. So the thing is, if you want to get into old IITs with a very good branch, it might be 220 to 240. Like easy medium is something that should have been attended in the paper. and completely, and anywhere around 1000 odd if you want to get it, anywhere around 130. So 130 any day would remain the cutoff for any category, given that you want to get into good IITs with decent branch. And anywhere around 2000 you would get around 110. 110 is what you may need to get a 2000 categorical rank. This is a categorical rank, this is not an absolute rank, so this is not AR general rank, AR absolute rank, but this is just a categorical rank. So that being said, yeah, things can change, you can't ever guess in this. Maybe it becomes more competitive, that is also possible. Maybe it becomes less competitive, and these are the things about it. Yeah, you can expect that the cutoff will be anywhere around 81 to 85. I think the cutoff may be the same for PC as well. I mean the estimated cutoff, but this is because the past year data has indicated this. So yes guys, coming to the next category, you need if you're talking about the SC domain, you need anywhere around 150 to 180 marks to get into old IITs with good branch, and you need anywhere around 110 to 130 marks. So again 130 marks remains the barrier. So any day 33% of the paper needs to be done. So irrespective of any reasons, you need to do 33% of the paper. So yeah, 33% of the paper. Yeah. So and the cutoff would remain anywhere around 60 to 65 to get into decent IITs with decent branches. I don't think 60 to 65, but 80 to 90 might be the the range that might be needed. But you can get into IITs with 60 to, and the cutoff is going to be at 40 to 46. And this may if you have noticed, all the cutoffs I've just kept it a little bit lower. The reason might be the cutoffs can come down, so you can't guess anything about cutoffs. So stay confident. And the other thing is also, if you have noticed, even in this category the cutoff has come down. So that is the thing. 100 rank 130 and odd, maybe 120 to 130, you can never say how much is needed. So 200 rank and odd, you need 100. So anywhere around, if you score between 100 and 150, and if you come under the within the ST domain, then you need 100 to 130 to be on the safe side. And anywhere around 85 to 95, you can still be confident. And if you are scoring anywhere around 40 to 55, you may want to rethink the options, because maybe not a good option to go for IITs with good branches. So yes, this is the thing about the expected ranks. I believe some of you might be in the 2020 aspirants who have given JEE Advanced exams. So you can expect now what might you get, but this is nothing. This is just an estimate. You will be really getting your results day after tomorrow. But I believe this may work to a certain extent, because many of the factors were included in this analysis. This includes your COVID-19, the kind of competition, the difficulty level, the subject-wise analysis, etc. Comes on this kind of analysis. So, but anyway, it's an estimate, and students, this is something that has been released by some of the medias. But the thing is, this is basically 2019 kind of data. It's actually 2020 data, but it's based on 2019 data. So initially in 2019, it was stated that you needed 35% in non-creamy layer general ranks. Okay, so creamy layer general ranks. I'm really sorry, creamy layer general ranks. So that way you need 35%. Later on, the cutoff came down to 25%, and that happened. But again, this year it is being said that you need 10%. You need to score 10% minimum in each subject. That is 6 to 7 marks. It's totally doable. And given any kind of category, you need to score maybe 3 to 6 marks. So yes, that was a minimum qualification for each subject. So this is the kind of marks. So if you are 2021, 2022 aspirant, if you're ignoring subject, do remember, even if you score centum in 2 subjects, and even if you're getting 240 and odd in this paper, still you may not get into IITs, given that if you don't attempt the other paper, you're a genius in math and physics, let's say if you're genius in chemistry and math, but this does not happen anyway. Students do, I know, like, you guys know that, but this is something that you need to maintain in each paper, and it is expected anywhere around 9 to 10% for EWS, CRL, and NCL. And talking about SCST, it's going to be around 5% in each subject, and the expected cutoff is going to be in 17.5% and 35%. And this estimates generally do come down, because this is going to be the first estimates, and this first estimates generally do come down. They don't remain the same. And I did not get any data for preparatory course ranks or PWDs. That is the reason we haven't done any analysis around them. But that being said, this is the ballpark estimate again, 5% to 2.5%. PWD, you again need 5%, and 17.5% is the expected cutoff. No, Manav, no. Good question. Manav had asked a really good question, that has anyone scored full in JEE Advanced ever? Is that your question? I think that's your question. Ever? Yes. I do remember a year senior to us had scored a full mark in JEE Advanced. So it's totally doable, guys. If you prepare really well, if you spend all your time on JEE Advanced, it is totally doable. But if you take a very strategical approach, maybe you can save time for rest of the things. And it depends, like, how much time you're giving, how much efforts you're putting in. But there were students who have scored centum on the paper, like, in all 3 subjects. There have absolutely been histories where students have done it. It's totally possible. Maybe it is also possible this year, you never know. But anyway, this time it can be expected the first rank would be anywhere in the range of at least 360. So 370 to 390 is something you can safely state. And yeah, that has happened. And if you take a strategical approach, you can stay calm and still do the exam. And yeah, totally do remember, guys, this session, 2021-2022 aspirants, or 2020 aspirants planning to drop out, don't be afraid of it. But the thing is, take a strategical approach, analyze the kind of things that have been asked in past exams as well. If you haven't covered the previous JEE Advanced strategy session, you can go and cover that session as well after this session. And in that session, you'd understand what was the weightage in the past years. So past few years were analyzed. Typically 12th class is given more weightage than 11th class. But yes, this time it was a balanced paper, 50%, 49, 51, whatever it is. But anyway, it was a balanced paper. And I think 2021, maybe again we move back to the 60-40 thing. But let's see, we can't ever really guess anything. Be prepared well. If you're on Unacademy Plus or subscription, do attend the classes, enroll in them, do go through the structured program. And if you're just attending on JEE English, be regular, guys. That's the key. And anywhere and anything, like, you need to follow a structure, you need to follow a pattern, you need to understand, you need to move strategically, you need to identify the key areas where you need to work around, and the opportunities. As I told you, yes, opportunities do exist, but it is nothing without a planning. So you need to have a planning, and that gets you that good fortune. So do remember that, and it was not stated by me, stated by Edison. So he is an inventor. He identified this opportunity despite every barrier in his life, and that is an awesome thing. So yeah. So that being said, guys, do share the video. Do not forget to share the video. I think this was an insightful session for many of you. Do share the video. Do click a like on the video. Do click on the subscribe button to get timely notifications. And do make sure you keep smiling. It does not matter if you're preparing, if you're not preparing. It's just a game. If you are prepared well for the game, you will get into IITs. If you haven't prepared well for the game, maybe even if you prepared well, maybe not, the exam didn't go well. It is totally possible, but it totally does not matter. Just keep smiling. That is all that matters. Maybe you were too ambitious. You're thinking about, better IITs. But anyway, guys, but the key thing is to have an ambition. Without ambition, it does not happen. Ambition will drive you. So that is very important though. Ambition is really, really important. Without ambition, things don't happen. You need to have a goal, you need to have a target, you need to work towards it. And do share this channel, guys. It's a free of cost initiative in Unacademy where you will get access to such awesome sessions. So do share it, and do click a like on the video, and do click on that subscribe button, and work hard and smart to achieve your success. Both are required. Have a good plan in mind. and keep acquiring knowledge and do share them as well. And that being said, guys, to also get timely updates, you can get onto our Telegram channel. Actually, in advanced updates, you can get onto our Telegram channel. All you need to do is download the Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store, and post that, you will click onto the link that is available in the description box below. So that is the thing that you have to do to get onto our channel, and post that, you'll get all the updates on whatever is happening on JEE English. And not only that, guys, you can just type in JEE English to find us on Telegram. And that being said, like the units and dimensions and measurements has been totally covered, and you can go and check it out on Unacademy Learning app. So on back-to-back sessions and back-to-back sessions, you completed most of the things and probably everything that is needed for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. But never to say, you need to keep practicing and keep learning. And yeah, we have discussed many PYQs, etc on a single session and multiple sessions as well. But in a single session there was intensive PYQs. Do check out these kind of videos. It's a free of cost special class, and to attend these kind of special classes, you need to download the Unacademy Learning app from your Google Play Store and App Store. And once you type in Unacademy, you'll find us. It's going to be the most downloaded app, and post that, you just click onto this link and click on install button. And guys, if you are looking for a champions tool for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, we have an awesome tool for you. It comes with everything that you need for your JEE preparation. The best educators across the nation are available on the subscription platform. And not only that, you can get your doubts cleared from the best educators across the nation. And more importantly, you undergo a structured program. That's the most important part of this champions tool. Yes, we are talking about an academy subscription. So the thing is, you are going to go an intensive and an extensive structured program, which comes with whatever structure. It involves all the planning that you needed for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. Of course, it's about planning, guys. It's not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about planning. It is getting accustomed to the the kind of environment, and it's also about maintaining the timing, and everything comes on the Unacademy Plus subscription. And what all other things do you get? You get access to quizzes, you get access to multiple programs, and it's only one subscription, unlimited access. So how do you avail this? All you need to do is click on the extension bar on the left hand top corner, and then you will choose the plus, and then you will choose IIT JEE as your goal, and you will get the subscription by clicking onto this button. And that being said, the subscription price is also very reasonable. And it's only going to cost you 2,100 per month. You need to so the subscription price is also very reasonable. It comes at I think that was just a cough. And yeah, so the subscription price is also very reasonable. It comes at a price of 2,100 per month only, and you can apply Murlidharan coupon to get to this price point. So yes, and guys, we also have very convenient payment modes for you. You can pay in multiple parts by splitting your payment, and it takes away the burden of paying all the fee at once. So be sure to choose pay in parts option if you want to go with multiple payments. So this takes away the burden of paying all the fee at once, and you can split your payment into multiple parts. We also have no cost EMI option. So these are two options that you can choose to get down the pricing. So that is something that you can do. If you want to go with the other traditional payment methods, that is also available with us. And that being said, guys, the 12-month subscription was also very reasonable. It's only going to cost you less than 2,900 per month. And you can apply Murlidharan coupon to get to this price point. Take care, stay safe, bye bye, see you in the next session.